So you want to know what are those 5 things that made intermittent fasting very easy for me. I started intermittent fasting last year and I can confidently say that it has been the easiest way to follow a healthy lifestyle. It is the easiest way to lose weight while you don't have to fight your willpower or avoid your favorite foods while you're on those restrictive diets. Intermittent fasting is inexpensive and it saves time too. IF, that is intermittent fasting, may have become a popular way to lose weight in the last few years, but I know of people who have done it the wrong way and cannot make it a lifestyle habit to truly see the results it can bring to you. It is not a fad diet that you can jump on for a couple of months just because your friends are doing it to lose a few pounds and get back to your old habits. It doesn't work like that. Over this last 1 year, I have made a few changes in the way I do intermittent fasting, because of which it has become the easiest and the most sustainable way for me to not just lose weight or to maintain that weight consistently, but also to see great results on my skin, on my hair, on my overall metabolism, on my sleep. I sleep better throughout the night and I have a lot more energy throughout the day. Excited? So here are my top tips that will simplify intermittent fasting for you. Welcome to Blush with me. Number 1 is to avoid eating breakfast. Breakfast was never necessary. It was advertised as the most important meal of the day by newly invented cereal company. Your body does not need breakfast. Once you learn the right way to do intermittent fasting, you will very quickly stop craving for breakfast. Firstly, what is intermittent fasting? IF mostly tells you when to eat rather than what to eat. It is not a restrictive diet. The goal here is to starve your body the right way for long enough to trigger fat burning. When you start intermittent fasting, you will see the 16-8 ratio to be the most popular. This is where you fast for 16 hours and eat your regular meals or your daily macros between that 8-hour window. A lot of people immediately jump onto the 16-hour fast because it just seems so promising, and because a lot of their friends are doing it, I did it too. But then I realized that because I was used to having the sugar-loaded or cream-loaded coffee in the morning followed by breakfast, suddenly starving my body was not really a very pleasant feeling and I almost wanted to give up. But you all know that I've been using this app called Do Fasting once I decided to do intermittent fasting seriously. It literally is like an expert guiding you to do it the right way. I will tell you more about this app later, but one of the things that I learned was that intermittent fasting is totally customizable to your lifestyle. Just because somebody else is doing 18-hour fast or 16-hour fast, you don't need to jump on the bandwagon. So I took a step back and started with 14 hours fasting by eating my dinner at 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. and moving my breakfast from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is super easy. Anyone can do this much. Within a week, I was eating my dinner between 6:30 and 7 p.m. and the next meal by 11 a.m. So the change that I suggest here is don't do something because somebody else is following it, and if it works for them. Your body is different and it takes some time for it to get used to a new lifestyle. Now tell me, if you eat a nice, heavy, healthy meal at 11 a.m., would you be able to eat a heavy lunch again? No. So I just have a small snack and a coffee in the evening, and then I am ready for my dinner by 6:30 p.m. And you'll notice that once you're on IF, your body just starts making more intelligent, conscious decisions to eat healthy and balanced diets. Because it is only those 8 hours that you need to track what you're eating. You won't feel the urge to snack randomly even if your body is not hungry, and that's what happens to most of us when you're not really following any diet or a healthy lifestyle. Whenever you pass by kitchen and you find food, it goes straight inside you. So one of the biggest changes I noticed was that I stopped eating when I was not hungry. You know how you sometimes get that urge to snack randomly even if your body is not hungry? That doesn't happen. And I like to eat sugar or something sweet at least once a day. So between this 8-hour eating window, even if I eat something sweet, it does not have the same impact as I used to have on my body when I ate a piece of cake at 10 p.m. while watching TV. The second piece of advice is, if you feel hungry between these 16 hours, say you suddenly feel hungry at 9 a.m. and you still have 2 hours to go, do not restrict yourself. If your body says, I'm hungry, I'm craving for some food, then feed your body. Unfortunately, when most people wake up and eat breakfast, Your body is not really hungry or craving for any food. You are just doing something that you've been doing for years or you've been told to do by your parents. As a suggestion, if you're hungry, instead of jumping onto the first food item that you see, I recommend try drinking warm water. It really helps, more than just a normal room temperature water. Most of the times it will be enough to curb your hunger and it helps you get through those last 2 or 3 hours. But if once in a while you feel like eating something, please do. Like I mentioned earlier, it is not a restrictive diet. Something like a cucumber or a carrot are great. They are filling and they are under 50 calories. And the one that works the best for me is a small teaspoon of chia seeds. It's about 50 calories, which even intermittent fasting says is permissible. The soluble fibers in chia seeds absorb water and then they expand in your stomach, which gives you a feeling of fullness. Just 1 or less than 1 teaspoon. Understand that your body is in its detox mode for these 16 hours. If you eat anything heavy in between over 50 calories, it breaks that detoxification process where your body is eating into its pre-existing fat while it still keeps you in that fasting state. Third change that I made was pushing my coffee from my morning to a little later in the morning and slowly after lunch coffee. Once I knew that as long as I am under those 50 calories, I am good, I started having a smaller quantity of coffee in the morning than I was used to. I used to drink a big cup of coffee, but just drinking coffee on an empty stomach did not give me a very comfortable feeling because coffee is acidic. Coffee on empty stomach could damage your stomach lining and cause indigestion. It can give you a super strong hit of acidity and it turns your stomach into a bag of gastric acids. What helped me was that I started mixing detox coffee with my regular coffee and sometimes just have detox coffee instead of the regular coffee and then slowly pushed it to mid-morning or afternoon. Basically, just shut down your digestive system during this fasting periods, like door locked. You will be surprised to see how your body has the ability to heal itself, guys. Intermittent fasting gives you that opportunity provided you have proper guidance. These few tips that I'm sharing are just a few tips, not complete guidance. And I did not have a dietitian or someone special who was suggesting and guiding me. I got my guidance from this app that I talked about earlier, Do Fasting. With the help of this app, I enjoy what I like to eat without denying life's pleasures and the food items that I enjoy eating. This app will give you useful tips and articles to keep you motivated every day. The suggestions are created by professional nutritionists, so you can consume the right number of calories and learn how to practice intermittent fasting the right way, the safest way possible you can. You can choose a flexible eating pattern that fits your appetite and your lifestyle. All of us have different lives and every day of our life can be very different. On the days when I'm more stressed or overworked or physically more exhausted, or if you're vegan or prefer gluten-free or keto diet, this app will suggest the right meals and calories for meals or snacks for you because you have access over 5,000 recipes in one place. That's amazing. Just think about how much money you would have to spend to go to a professional nutritionist to customize and tailor meals that are right for you, that meet your different dietary needs. Gone are those days when you had to count your calories yourself. This app has super easy meal planners, calorie tracker, low calorie but filling meals and snacks, and a lot more. And some of these meals can be made in under 5 to 10 minutes. And these are not just any snacks or meals. These meals and snacks help me stay full for longer. So they're very well planned and thought out. Now, having simple home workouts with no equipment on the same app is super inspiring too, especially on the days when you feel like you're making excuses to not go to the gym or to skip your workout. Everything you need to stay motivated to lose weight and develop better healthy habits are all here on Do Fasting, including time tracker that tracks your weight loss history every day or every week or however often you want to. You can also track how much water you've consumed or how many steps you have walked today or this whole week. You will also get to see what happens to your body in the first 4 hours of fasting and then what happens between the 4th and the 12th hour, or by the time you reach that 16th hour or 18th hour. I did not decide to do 16-hour fasting because it was popular, but because I learned on this app that it is only after the first 10 or 12 hours mark that the body fat burning actually initiates in your body. Do Fasting also has supplements that can defeat hunger pangs and get the best of intermittent fasting if you want to prolong the fasting and boost your weight loss results. They also help cleanse your colon so you can say bye-bye to that bloated tummy. So you see, this app has a ton of correct and simplified information about how to fast successfully and the information to stay inspired every day. To help you stay motivated, Do Fasting is currently offering up to 75% discount on all fasting plans. With my code Parmita, first 500 people can get an extra 10% off their first subscription. The discount code can only be applied when purchasing the plan on the web browser, not via mobile app. The link to starting your successful fasting journey is in the description below. If you have some other health issues or you just can't pull off intermittent fasting, then don't do it. But once you start intermittent fasting, give it at least 2 to 3 days for your body to start getting used to this new fasting. And once you do, you no longer need to depend on any kind of these fad diets to lose weight or fall for what your friends are doing just because it is popular. You will know it works because you will see the changes in your body and in your energy. Here's the final tip. So once I started getting used to intermittent fasting for 16 hours, I did their warrior diet, which is kind of an extreme form of intermittent fasting. This is where my fasting window is 20 hours. If I really feel hungry, then maybe a couple of times a day I do snack on like a 50-calorie snack, but otherwise it is just one healthy filling meal in the evening. This is extremely effective for people who want to lose weight. For me particularly, it works after a vacation or when I notice that there is some bloating in my body. Like I said earlier, there is a lot more guidance and details on how to do it safely on the app. But I am just happy to be sharing something that has really worked well for me for the first time, unlike any diets ever before. I really wish something like this existed after my pregnancies, where in spite of trying to work out or trying all these diets, I was hopeless. Like, it was difficult to lose weight in that phase of my life. And I'm sure a lot of you will relate to this. If you have more questions about intermittent fasting or weight loss to gain more confidence in your body and in your presence, then please ask me those questions. You know where they go? In the comment section below. This is the time when you start scrolling down below this video. Start with hitting that subscribe button. If you like today's video, then make sure you hit that like button and share this video with people who are struggling to gain confidence that they're seeking from weight loss. And then you will find all the links to different videos and playlists that I recommend you watch. You can see all my social media handles in the description below. Please make sure you follow me on all those platforms. I'm Parmita Katkar, your image coach and your face yoga coach, and I will be here again next week because I am here every week like clockwork. Check out my website, and if you want to work with me, all you need to do is fill out a form that you will find on my website, and that's how easy it is to reach me. I will see you next week. Until then, keep up with intermittent fasting and continue to blush with me.